Hey y'all, it's your Missniecytv and I'm here to do a review for Zatima Season 3, Episode 1. The episode starts off with Fatima getting ready for work and she's about to leave the bedroom and Zach's on his bed fake sleeping. He's like, I know you're not about to leave out of here without saying bye. Fatima's like, I didn't want to wake you, and Zach is like, I don't care if you wake me, I wanted to see you before you leave. And then they have this cute moment of, I just wanted to check on you and the baby before you go. And then they start talking about something. Zach starts touching her belly and he's like, I can't believe we have a Zach Jr. coming. Fatima's like, what if it's a girl? Zach is like, double name her Zatima. Fatima's like, I don't know about that. But then she asked him, how you doing with your mom and everything. He's like, honestly, I don't know how to feel. Especially dealing with Bryce and this money situation and my mother. Well, Fatima's like, well, I think you should go talk to Dr. Reed so he can help you through this. Zach is like, I think I will. Fatima's like, when it comes to this money situation, I could wire you the money. And Zach is like, no, we're not doing that. Fatima's like, well, your account's in red and I just want to help you. Zach is like, I understand that, but now if my account's going to Burgundy, then you go. Fatima tells Zach that he needs to go get reacquainted with a toothbrush because he has morning breath. And Zach is like, you used to love my morning breath. Fatima's like, yeah, when we first got together, but now I'm comfortable and I can be honest with you. Then she bends down to pick up her shoes and Zach is like, no, I got it. You won't be doing any strenuous work for the next 9 months. And Fatima's like, yay, no bending for me. We see Deja outside and she's flirting with somebody, telling them that she likes their beard and their boots. And she's like, so Deja's like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Preston. She's like, Preston, like you could be Preston, me. Preston's like, I'm one of Zach's friends and I came to check on him. Deja's like, oh, okay, his mom did just die. He's like, yeah, I heard about it and I wanted to check on him. Deja's like, so do you need me to go knock on the door? Preston's like, no, it's early. I know they're probably still sleeping, so I'm gonna just wait out here. Deja's like, no, they're definitely up. Deja is still continuing to flirt with Preston, but that's when Fatima walks outside and she's like, Deja, take your butt in the house. Fatima stops and talks to Preston and she's like, oh, hi, you're Preston. Danny's Preston? Preston's like, no, I'm just Preston. It's like, as far as Deja goes, if she gave you her number, I need you to burn it before it burns you. Fatima's like, what brings you by? Preston is like, I heard about Zach's mom and I just wanted to check on him. I know it could be a lot for y'all, and I just wanted to be there for him. That's when she brings Preston in the house and she tells Zach that Preston's there and then she leaves to work and Zach comes down. He's like, yo, Preston, it's been a while. How you doing? How you been? He's like, why you here though? Preston's like, oh, I heard about your mom. He's like, how'd you hear about her mom? He's like, Danny posted it and I just wanted to come and check on you. Zach is like, she only posted that for attention. She only posted it and asked for prayers for you, but I'm here just to check on you and to be here for you. Zach is like, you sure? Preston's like, why you even say that though? Zach is like, well, the last person that tried to be here for me tried to kiss me. Preston's like, well, he's a cock-a-doodle-doo. Zach is like, a cock-a-doodle what? Preston's like, I promise you, in front of God and all his angels, I would never try to kiss you. He's like, I did come just to hang out though. Zach is like, pause, don't even say that. And then they try to go through all this whole thing of trying to find the right words for Preston to say that don't even sound suspicious. Preston ends it with bet, and Zach is like, if you go hang out with me, we need to work on your vernacular, because you don't even say bet. The next thing I know, you would try to say nigga, and you can't even say nigga. Preston's like, I would never say nigga. Preston, you actually have said. After they find the correct words for Preston to say that sounds correct for Zach's ears, he's like, well, we can just go to my office and talk there. Over in the hood, Connie calls Nate and Tony over there so that she could talk to them about Miss Gladys, because Miss Gladys apparently had a life insurance policy. And Nate is like, so you had money on Miss Gladys? Connie's like, no, I actually was the executor of her policy, meaning that I'm in charge of divvying up the money between Zach and Jeremiah, and I really don't know how to go about that, especially since we know that Jeremiah will not do right by that $25,000, so I don't know how to go about this. What do you think I should do? Tony's like, I think you should talk to Fatima since she works at a law firm and she may be able to help you. Nate is like, no, we don't really know that girl and we don't know what she would do with the money. Tony's like, you still harboring on this girl? Didn't you just apologize to her the other day? Nate is like, this is a different situation. Tony's like, well, she has her own money. Tony's like, I'll give you the address to her job so that you can talk to her. Connie's like, thank you. Mind you, while this is going on, one of the neighborhood friends of theirs, Miss Barbara's son, got locked up. Nate, I don't even think you have a job, so how you gonna bail somebody out? What you need to find is a house for you to live in. Over at the law firm, in the law firm parking lot, Fatima and Angela are coming into work and they're both complimenting each other's outfits. And Angela's like, how you doing though, despite everything? Fatima's like, despite everything, we're actually doing good. Angela's like, that's good to hear. Fatima's like, well, I hope Bryce got that money though. Angela's like, yeah, I know, because if he doesn't, Zach is only 2 seconds off his behind. Fatima's like, yeah, that's too soon, don't be saying stuff. So when they get into work, Connie's sitting in the lobby, And Angela notices it first, and she's like, what is she doing here? Fatima's like, Connie, what are you doing here? You show up at my job like you know me. Connie's like, I actually came here because I have to ask you something. I asked you something with Zach's mom, and it's dealing with Jeremiah and Zach. Connie's like, you know the type of girl I am. I know nothing about the law, and I thought you could help me. Fatima's like, come to my office. Connie is so funny. She smacks Angela in the face with her hair, and Angela's like, Canecolon. Ew. Then Connie asks for going into Fatima's office. She's like, this is very nice. It's very elite. Fatima's like, stop. Just before they start talking about what Connie actually came there for, Connie goes on a tangent of how she thinks that her and Fatima could be friends because they want what's best for Zach. Fatima's like, I don't know about friends, but we could be cool. And as far as we wanting what's best for Zach, I'm what's best for Zach. And I'm like, clock it. So Connie explains the whole situation of how she's the executor and she's supposed to divvy up the money between Zach and Jeremiah. And now Miss Gladys didn't want Jeremiah to get the money because she would know that he would overdose with the money because it's a large amount. And Fatima's like, yeah, you're right. Connie's like, well, I don't know what to do. Fatima's like, Zach is trying to come out of pocket for this funeral, and funerals are expensive. Connie's like, so the funeral's like $1,500? Fatima's like, nah, like $15,000. Connie's like, dang, see, I don't know what I'm doing, so can I just sign it over to you? Because Fatima's like, I'll talk to Zach about it. What Fatima should have really said is, we could have a meeting at the house with you and Zach, and we could talk. Fatima's like, we done now? You can see yourself out the way you saw yourself in. Fatima's like, my boss is coming in, I gotta get ready for a meeting. Connie's like, I thought you were the boss. Fatima's like, you don't even know what a boss looks like. Connie leaves, and that's when Angela comes in, and she's like, girl, what was that about? What was it about? Jeremiah, Zach, his mom, what was it about? Fatima's like, it's too early for this. Let's go get some coffee and I'll tell you. We're at Rise Ventures. Zach is showing Preston the office, and that's when Bryce comes in. He's like, hey, how you doing? How things going? Zach is like, what you mean how things going? Bryce is like, well, I don't really know what to say in times like this. Zach is like, I do. When's your father gonna get the money? Bryce is like, you're supposed to be here today. Zach is like, good, what time? Bryce is like, I could call him and find out. Zach is like, good, you go do that. Bryce takes it upon himself to introduce himself to Preston, right? And he's like, hi, I'm Bryce, Zach's partner. Zach is like, he's my business partner. Zach is like, I don't know for how long though, because I don't really got no money. Zach is like, if there's no money, there's no business. So Bryce leaves to go call his dad, and Preston's like, wow, you were really mean to that guy. Preston basically asked Zach, was Bryce the guy that tried to kiss him? And Zach is like, I thought I told you to leave that on earlier. Zach is like, to be honest though, I'm thinking about doing my own thing. Preston's like, so how is the real estate going? Zach is like, it was going good until Bryce decided to invest into a property that we couldn't afford. Preston's like, so are you not in a good space? Zach is like, between him and my mother, it's a lot right now. Preston's like, so if you ever need to borrow some money, let me know and I can help you. Zach is like, you wrangle horses and milk cows. There's not a lot of money in that, but you expect for me to believe that you have money? Preston's like, I do okay. Zach is like, what's that supposed to mean? Preston's like, exactly what I said, I do okay. Over at the law firm, we see Fatima getting a call from Connie, and Connie's like, I just wanted to call you and let you know that Jeremiah got notified by the insurance policy people. He might be on his way to talk to you, because I might have told him that you and Zach were the ones that were handling it. Fatima's like, Connie, why would you do that? Connie's like, I did it to protect me and my kids. Fatima's like, what do you mean by that? Do you think Jeremiah will hurt you? Connie's like, no, he's a good dude, but when Jeremiah gets on that stuff, he gets crazy. Fatima's like, Zach has a lot going on right now. Connie's like, I'm sorry, girl, but I had to protect me and my kids. You don't realize what you just did. You put a target on Fatima's back and put her in danger too. Fatima's like, oh, okay, I gotta go. Back over at Rise Ventures, Zach is on the phone planning his mom's funeral and picking out caskets. They tell Zach the price for his satin-lined casket. Zach is like, she don't need it. Bryce comes back into Zach's office and he's like, my dad thought you can do it. Zach is like, what are you saying to me right now? Bryce is like, I don't think my dad could give you the money. Zach is like, I told you not to invest in that property and now I have no money to bury my mother. Bryce is like, I'm sorry. Bryce is like, I thought it was a good deal, and Zach is like, you might have thought it was a good deal, but we can't afford it. Now I can't afford to bury my mother. Zach is like, I promise I'll get you your money. Zach is like, you promised me that your father had the money. Zach is like, you know what? Rise Ventures is over. We're done. Ain't no business. Ain't no friends. Ain't no nothing. There's no more Rise Ventures because ain't no rise. And the only person that can rise from this is Jesus. And we ain't got 3 days. Bryce and Zach get into a screaming match. And Bryce is like, you know what, Zach? I'm going to go get your money. I'm going to call my father and work something. Zach is like, so we raising our voice now. Preston's like, everybody calm down. Zach is like, let me breathe and count and do what Dr. Reed told. Preston's like, should I be counting too? Over in the law firm parking lot, Fatima's walking to her car to leave, and that's when Jeremiah shows up and he's like, hey Fatima, I need to talk to you. Fatima's like, oh, okay, you could come by the house and we can all talk, me, you, and Zach. Jeremiah's like, he's not gonna talk to me, right? Fatima's like, well, that's the only way it's gonna happen. Jeremiah's like, well, come on, Fatima. Fatima's like, Jeremiah, you're high. And Jeremiah's like, no, I'm not, maybe just a little bit. Fatima's like, Jeremiah's like, well, you got that money from the insurance policy? Fatima's like, no, I don't. Jeremiah's like, well, Connie told me that you did. Fatima's like, well, I don't know why she told you that, because I don't. Jeremiah's like, well, that's what she told me. She said that you're going to use that money to pay for my mother's funeral. Fatima's like, well, if there's any money left, we could talk about it then. Jeremiah's like, here's my money. Fatima's like, I don't have any money, and I'm not going to help you with it. He said, give me that for money, and that's when he starts wrestling Fatima for her purse. He grabs the purse. He wrestles her so hard that she falls against the car. She hits the car, and she falls to the ground. He said, Jeremiah, you better count your days, because Zach is coming for you once he finds out. Let me know what you guys think about this episode. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn your bell notifications. Bye!